Ladies and gentlemen, I am Praveen Krishna, and this video onwards we are starting a brand new video editing tutorial from beginner to advanced by using Davinci Resolve 18. Even if you don't know anything about video editing, you can start this from scratch, and if you are a little bit of a professional and you want to refresh something about Davinci Resolve, and you can use this course. This video will be a few hours long. We'll break it into different parts. We'll be starting from basic things like cutting, cropping, trimming and all. If you're already familiar with that, we can skip that part, and towards the end we'll do advanced video editing to video editing features like color grading and fusion. So let's jump right into it, shall we? So first we'll have to install Davinci Resolve. So first go to your browser, type in Davinci Resolve, and you can download it from the official website. Go to the website, and I recommend you download the latest stable version, but the free version pretty much contains everything that we need as of now. So go ahead and download the free version, and I'm pretty sure that the free version has abundance of resources which is enough to kickstart your video editing career. And I recommend you download the latest stable version or the beta. As of now it is Davinci Resolve 18. Now once the installation is done, you can search for Davinci Resolve and open it. And if you are starting it for the first time, it might take a little bit of time to load, and once it loads you will see a screen similar to what I'm seeing right now, and you won't have any tutorials because you haven't created any projects yet. So you can go ahead and create a project by clicking the untitled project, and the screen that you see right now would be different depending on the screen size. If you have a really large screen, then your window would be split into different parts, but nothing to worry, because like every app or every tool that we have over here in this window would be there as well. Now the most important section that we have to know, especially when you're starting off with Davinci Resolve, are the pages. So in the bottom you can see different pages over here. Now if I scroll over here, you can see it is showing me the word cut. So that is the cut page. We're currently on the cut page, and before that there is a page called as media page. Then there's the edit page where we do most of the editing. I think this is the most important page. We'll be spending a lot of time here. Then we have the fusion page, the color grading page, the Fairlight page where we edit the audio, and the export or the deliver page. Now we'll start from the beginning. We'll start with the media page itself. Now we'll start with the media page. This is the place where we generally go ahead and import the media that we have from the files. We can actually do the same thing in the other pages as well, but I'll show you how to import it from here itself. So you should be able to look at all your files over here on the left hand side, and I have a few files over here. I'm gonna go ahead and import one of those videos. So you can just simply click on it and drag into the media pool. So I'll select this one and drag it into the media pool. So it is asking me whether to change the project frame rate. So if the selected clips have a different frame rate to the project, and so Davinci Resolve is asking us whether to change the frame rate of the whole project according to the current frame rate of the video that we have selected. So that is a personal choice. If you have like similar videos of similar frame rate, and your existing project is set to a different frame rate, and if you want to change it, then you can change it, and if you don't want to, you don't have to change it. I'm going to keep change because I'll probably using similar frame rate for the rest of the video. So that if you want to know more information about what these terms are, you can just simply Google it, and if you want to know metadata about the video, you can just click on it once you import it into the media pool. And the clip details pane would show you most of the details about the media, the metadata. And you can see here it has got H.262 to 64 encoding. We have 60 fps, ACC, the frequency that we need, and we can also import media from our edit page or the cut page. We can import media wherever we want, whichever page that we want. Also, another way to import media would be to simply go to your files. Now I have some media over here, and you can go to your file and simply drag and drop it into the media pool. You don't necessarily have to be in the media page for doing this. You can be in the now I'm currently in the cut page. I can just simply drag and drop it over here. Now if you want to see more details about the project, what resolution we have to set for the project or what frame rate that we have to set, you can go to File, and once you go to project settings, you can see all the main settings that is currently set for the timeline for the current video project that we are creating. And if you're not very familiar with it, keep it at default. Generally it will be 1920 to 180 SD. I'm gonna use that for now. If you are familiar with a different, if you want to use a different resolution, then go ahead. You can edit the settings over here and click save. Now we'll go ahead to the cut page. The cut page is generally where we trim the video. You can cut some portion out of the video from the beginning or in the end, or rearrange the whole structure of the project. So I'll show you how it's done. You can drag the videos and drag it into this portion. And once I have dragged in my image, so what I have dragged in is an image, you can drag the end of the image to reduce the size, or the beginning, reduce the size. So you can see two different timelines over here, one on the top, a blue one, and one on the bottom. I'll drag one more clip. Let's say we use a video for this one. Okay, now I can do a playback here. This is the play button, pause button, and you can play it backwards by using the other button. Okay, now we have two clips together, and all the clips together can be seen through the timeline on top. The blue bars represent different clips that we have put into the timeline. If you put more clips, you will be able to see more. Let's say I put this image over here, then you can see 3 bars over here, which means I have 3 different media clips over here, and the length of the bar would correspond to the size of the clip. Now most of the trimming and all would be something that we generally do in the edit page, because if you are professional, if you want to make a lot of edits, you would generally be doing most of the trimming in the edit page. So generally we don't do much in the cut page. Now whatever we have done, now in order to start off, I'm going to delete all the clips over here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to drag a video over here. One thing you can notice is that whenever you do something, it will appear on all the other pages. You can go back to the cut page and trim it over here if you want to. If you want to make any modifications, you can go back and make modifications and come back, but generally that won't be necessary because we will be making all the changes in the edit page itself. So as you can see, there is one video, and let's say you want to put the same video one more time and attach it to the end of it. So I'm going to do a small playback over here, and once it ends, it ends. And if you want to play the video in a loop, you can use this button over here, which is called loop, and it'll keep on playing same clip over and over again. Now once it ends, it'll restart from the beginning one more time. Let's say I want to attach one more of the same clip by the towards the end of this clip, so I can just drag the same clip over again and attach it to the end. As you can see, it automatically attaches to itself when it becomes close. This is because of the magnet that we have over here, and if you don't want that to happen, you can just turn off the magnet button, which is called snapping. So once you turn off snapping, this won't attach itself to it anymore, and turn on snapping, and let it attach to that. Now on the top left corner, you can see an option like this. Now once you click it, you'll have an option like this initially. Once you click it, you can see that the timeline takes more space, and if you click it again, the media pool is going to use more space. And you'll have a few options over here. This is the media pool where you can see all the media that you have placed, and then there's the effects, edit index, sound library, and so on. But we are going to turn all this off for now, and we'll use it as when we need it. Now on the right side, you can see a few options over here called mixer, metadata, and inspector. You can click it once to activate it, and click it again to deactivate it. Here you can see a small tab like this, which is a split screen. And once you click this, you can see 2 screens. The one on the left is called as a source monitor, and the one on the right is where we play back our final project. Final output would be playing over there. Let's say you want to play two videos together, or simply view a video, make any changes, or make any changes to an image. Then you can click and drag it into the source monitor and view over there. And if you want to click trim it, crop it, and all, you can do it in the source monitor itself. We'll discuss that in a few minutes. Now if you want to, I'm gonna go back to the other screen, and if you want to zoom in or zoom out of a video, you can simply scroll in or scroll out. That will zoom in or zoom out of your video. Also, you can see the percentage over here that you can also use to change the zoom percentage of the screen. Now 75%. Also, I can use the mouse to do the same. Now let's talk a little bit about the source monitor. So I'm gonna make the source monitor visible now. So we can do a similar function as that of the cut page with the media that we have in the media pool. We can click on the video, and I can use space bar to play and pause the video. You can either drag and drop, or you can simply double click the media to actually view that in the source monitor. This is just an image, so it'll be there for a few seconds. We can change the duration as we want. This is the play button for the source monitor. We have the pause button, and we have the rewind button, and this is the loop button, so the video will start looping once it ends. Now you can see these two buttons over here. This is called mark in and mark out. If I want to trim the video from the beginning till here, then I can simply press mark in here, and you can see a small bubble appears over here. That means I just trimmed from the beginning till the position of the bubble. I can change the position of the bubble. Also, mark out does the same, but it does the same thing from the opposite end. You can click and drag them. And if I don't want to use mark in and mark out like this, I can also use the keyboard shortcuts I and O. If I want to do a mark in by using the keyboard shortcut, I can simply press I. It will do a mark in. And I can move to a different section of the video and press O to actually mark out. That will be trimmed, and now if I drag and drop it into the timeline, the trimmed video would be what we have in the timeline. Now in the left hand side, you can see a button like this. Once we click the drop down, you can see different options like source, offline, audio track, multicam, annotations. So those are all some major options for source monitor. If you keep it offline, then you won't be able to see anything, and source will actually show you the media that you have put in the source monitor, and audio track will just show you the audio. Since there's no audio for this one, you're not seeing anything. And there's multicam to show different media in the same source monitor. Now you can see an option over here called insert clip. This is used to insert a source monitor clip in the position of the timeline. So this is in the position of the playhead in the timeline. So this is the playhead, the red mark. So this is going to move as you are going to play the video. If you want to insert a clip in the position of the playhead, let's say the playhead was here, you want to insert a footage over here, then I'm going to take one of my footages, maybe this one, and I'm going to put it in the source monitor. And if I want to insert the trim, I'm going to make a small trim. Let's say I'll make a small trim over here. Okay. I put a mark in, and I want to insert this footage into the position of the playhead. Then I can simply press this option and insert it in the position of the playhead. This option right here, the minus and plus symbol, can be used to zoom in and zoom out. So I'm going to reduce the size a little bit. Now I removed all the clips. Let's say I'm going to put this clip in the timeline, and I'll put one image over here. But you can ask me a question: what if we were to insert the same clip, but we want to insert in between? Then you can do the same thing actually. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit. Let's say you want to insert the clip by cutting this clip in between and putting it in between that. You can do the same thing actually. You have to place the playhead that you want to insert and simply press insert option. So it'll actually cut the playhead into two, cut where we had the playhead into two, and insert the clip over there. Now I put an image in my source monitor, and I use this button. This is an override clip. So I put my playhead over here, and when I click this option, it is going to override the clip. override the clip. So this is just an image, so it won't override the audio part. So the clip that I have over here has an audio of itself. The green part is the audio, and the on top of it what you have is a video part. You can click and drag it to zoom it in and zoom it out. So when I click that button, it's going to override the video portion. If it was an audio, it will override the audio portion of the current clip that we had. So it is going to override from where we place a timeline till the duration of the video. Let's say we are going to use this video clip in the source monitor, and we are going to override the video from this position in the timeline onwards, and I can simply click the override button. It is going to override from there till the end. Since it has got its own audio, it is going to override the audio as well. Previously the image did not have any audio, so it was just overriding the video part. Now the third option we have here is replace. So instead of overriding, it will replace a clip. It has a similar function. Let's say we want to replace what we have with the same video clip, then I can put it where I want in the playhead, wherever I want, and I can simply press replace. It will replace the clip from where we had the playhead till the end of the clip, or till the duration of what we have. If you use an image, it will override till the end of the clip. Now we can discuss a couple of tools that you will be using very frequently. Now this, what I have right here, is the arrow tool, which can be used to drag the video clips over here. And if you somehow lose the arrow, you can simply come and click here again. This can be used to move the clips, and it's a very helpful tool. You can even move it inside a clip, which will be trimming the existing clip. As you go to a clip, you will be able to see that your pointer changes to something like this. When your pointer changes to something like this, it can be used to trim the video from both the ends. Now let's get rid of this, and I'm going to drag an image in here. Now image can be extended as much as you want, but we can't do the same with a video, because video have only a limited time period, right? So as you can see, we can increase the size of an image as much as you want, but in case of video we can't do that. There will be a limited size, but we can crop it as much as we want. Now let's say you want to take out a small portion of the video from between, which is something that we regularly do when we are video editing. If you want to do that, then you can use a blade tool for that. So this is the blade edit mode. So let's say I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to stop it here. And I want to cut the portion starting from here. So you can take the blade tool and make a cut over here. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to stop it here. I want to remove the portion from the starting cut till the position of the playhead. I can make one more cut over here, go back to the arrow, press that clip, and simply press delete. Now you can bring the rest of the clip back and combine it. Now you won't see that portion in the playback. Now if you want to keep bookmarks in a video or markers, then you can use these. So this can be used to mark the whole clip, and if you want to mark a specific section of a certain video, you can use a marker. So it will mark the exact specific position. Now those are some of the basic options that we have in the edit page, and we'll discuss more about the timeline in the next page. And before we wind up this video, I'll give you one quick tip. So when I was editing very high quality videos, and I had a low power system, I faced some issues like lagging while playing the video. And if you face any similar issues with the playback, one thing that you can do to make sure that the playback isn't lagging is go and take the playback option. It will be automatically by default set to full. You can change it to half or quarter. I recommend you go to quarter, but this in turn will reduce the quality of your playback to quarter of its actual quality. Let's say you're having 4K, then it will reduce to quarter of its actual quality. But this won't actually affect the render quality of your video. When you actually finally render your video, it will actually remain to the fullest quality, just that playback will have reduced quality. This will actually reduce your lag. And also something you can do is go to playback and go to render cache and turn it from none to user. This will actually give you a better playback. So that is it for this video. In next video we will discuss a little bit more about timeline, inspector, effects, transitions and so on. So stick on. See you guys in the next video.